Good evening and welcome to the Star Chamber Show live podcast. We are back on Wednesday night. Yes, finally back on Wednesday. It was a little odd doing a couple of holiday shows on Tuesday nights, but it's good to be back on our regular Wednesday live slot with you tonight. And we have a great episode for you for episode number 494. For those of you that are keeping score, we're only 6 away from the big 500 milestone. So good night here in Lexington, Kentucky, where I, Stephen Zimmer, am broadcasting from. And I will be joined shortly by the vivacious, the loquacious, and the audacious Holly Phillippe. She's just pulling a few things together and will be joining me in progress. So don't you worry. She is on the way. And I want to wish everybody a happy new year because this is the first show of the new year for us. So getting off to a great start. And we have not just one guest tonight. We have two. One making their Star Chamber Show debut, and the other a longtime Star Chamber Show favorite. So get ready. Well, that's coming up in just a few minutes. The chat room is open, and of course, we always take comments and check out questions and relay them along to guests, all that kind of good stuff. And looks like we got a good group filtering in already. And I did see that the first one into the chat room by a split second was Amy Lee McCorkle, award-winning author, screenwriter, filmmaker, and right after her was the amazing Carol Preflatish, award-winning screenwriter and author. So yes, a stream of award winners coming in right away for the Star Chamber shows. Give a shout out to Amanda. Good to see you back with us, and it looks like a couple of our guests are already hanging out, or actually, I should say both of our guests are already hanging out, waiting in queue here too. So yes, it looks like everything is getting set up for the big show, and yeah, it's going to be a good one. Going to be a good one. Never can predict what happens on the Star Chamber Show. Live broadcasting is always an adventure. And of course, we are affiliated with the Imaginarium Convention, so we like to keep you up to date on all the latest happenings with the convention, where your imagination is the foundation. And yes, rolling toward our 13th year next summer, and it's going to be the biggest and the best one yet, folks. So keep spreading the word. Thank you to those of you that have been sharing links and spreading the word. And be sure, if you need your dinner tickets for the awards banquet, get those, because we're down to probably about just a little over 20 of those left. So, I mean, they are really getting very limited in availability. And we also, of course, if you'd like to be a sponsor, that does help. And we've got a great group of headlining guests, but we are always on the lookout for some new guest possibilities and such. So come aboard as a sponsor or as an individual patron. Those are designed for individual support. And so, yeah, come aboard, because those always help us a whole lot. But here being the first week of the new year, we have gotten a lot of traffic this week, and which is great. And we actually got a bunch of new applicants too for panelist positions to start the week. So yeah, you all are hitting the ground running for sure. But we do have some new additions to pass along to you to commemorate the new year. And one of them is a headlining guest. We announced on January the 2nd that New York Times bestselling award-winning author Chris Enns is coming as one of our Imaginator guests. This is fantastic. Chris has been writing about women of the Old West for more than 30 years, and she's penned more than 50 books on the subject, and she's been honored with no less than 9 Will Rogers Medallion Awards and 2 Elmer Kelton Book Awards, and an Oklahoma Center for the Book Award, and also 3 Forward Review Magazine Book Awards. I mean, just a slew of awards. And I mentioned though too that you have robust bestseller who's hit the New York Times list multiple times, and yeah, she's going to be absolutely fantastic. She's really, really cool, and you're all going to love her. And she's going to be giving some workshops, so you'll have a chance to get her insights and her advice on writing and all kinds of other stuff. So yeah, she is really awesome. And then we also added 2 more panelists and announced them. Returning to Imaginarium are author, poet, podcaster Aaron Crittenden. Aaron's awesome. Aaron is absolutely fantastic, as is author, filmmaker, screenwriter, and comic creator John Morgan Risner, and you keep that name in mind because I'll be mentioning him again in just a second. We also announced today that author, artist, graphic designer, and cosplayer player Jennifer Naran is coming as a spotlighted guest, and this is a return. And she is also known as the Queen Bee of Queen City Steam, which creates events throughout the Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio area, and she is also as the Captain Medea Ashera on the cosplay group, the Airship Caduceus, which is a really, really good group. And then she's also, as an author, she has her debut book coming out this year featuring 31 of her own illustrations. I mean, just she's awesome. Those of you that know her, can vouch for me on that. And she was a big part of last year's special tea event that we had at Imaginarium, and she is just a delight. So I'm definitely always excited to have her with us at Imaginarium. And then in the area of programming, we added two new workshops and one new panel. The panel is being moderated by Diana Morgan, and it is about writing neurodivergent characters. This is the first time we've done a panel on this topic, which is going to be great because it's becoming more common to see autistic, ADHD, and other neurodivergent characters in fiction. So this is a panel discussion. It's all about writing them with authenticity and all about that topic. And then John Morgan Risner is bringing us not one but two great workshops, and these actually fit together. These really do fit together, and they are the DNA of a great character, building compelling protagonists from the inside out. And that is the first one, talking about building a protagonist character. And he's got a very cool step-by-step method for constructing these characters based on psychology, contradiction, desire, fear, and inner conflict. And then the second workshop he's bringing us is stress, conflict, and transformation, testing characters under pressure. And this advanced companion workshop shows writers how to reveal true character through conflict, escalating stakes, moral dilemmas, and irreversible consequences. So it's definitely advised, if you are taking the first workshop I mentioned, to also take this one. It is designed to be a companion with it, not absolute, but definitely if you can attend both, I mean, you'll get by far the most out of it. Really, really good stuff, and we'll be keeping you up to date on all the new additions because we have a lot of workshops coming in, a lot of new guests coming in. We're hitting the ground running here in 2026. That's right. I had to pause for a second because I'm so used to saying last year. So yeah, I know many of you can relate to me on that kind of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to recognize Holly is not yet in the chat room. So I'm going to, or I should say in the speaker box yet here. So I'm going to go ahead and recognize those that brought you tonight's show. And tonight's show is brought to you by Sandy Lender, the wonderful Sandy Lender, award-winning author and a great booktuber with Sandy Says Read channel. And then, of course, the award-winning Press Per Bostet publications with Teely Harris, Sarah Marion, and Marion Allen. So here is a little bit from Sandy Lender first, and then I'll tell you about Per Bostet.
Start Chamber listeners already know that author Sandy Lender offers you a variety of spec fiction and epic fantasy adventures to help you escape reality. Did you know she also offers positive, quirky book discussions and reviews on her BookTube channel, Sandy Says Read? Check out the Sandy Says Read channel on YouTube for over 600 book chats to entertain you. The channel includes the Indie Book Spotlight and the DIY for Creatives playlists, along with others to help you find videos and essays that pique your literary interests. Subscribe for free to the Sandy Says Read channel in time for the Monday night upload and join the community where our motto is, you can always find something good in a book.
And thank you very much, Sandy. Yeah, I really appreciate your support. And we are going to tell you a little bit now about the fine folks at Per Bostet Publications. or at least we're gonna tell you about that in just a second. My computer was having a small glitch there. Here we go. Per Publications is a small press based in the Louisville metro area, specializing in speculative fiction and other outside the box books. With 40 titles in print and ebook formats and a handful of audiobooks, Per offers a little bit of everything. Check out Frenemies in Space, Marian Allen's new science fiction short story collection featuring return character Smartmouth Connie Phelan. Or try Michael Dabney's latest David Blaze mystery, A Deadly Game, a prequel set in 1984 Philly. You can find these titles and more at perbostetpublications.com, at Amazon, or you can find the press in person at Kentucky and Indiana book fairs and conventions. Per Publications, where timeless tales unfold. Yes, another shout out to T. Lee Harris, Marian Allen, and Sarah Marian. That's right. All right, folks. Now we are getting into the fun part, the guests, and yes, that Holly is definitely lagging behind just a little bit, and we'll have to join us in progress because I don't want to delay this discussion too much because we have not one but two guests. Now I am going to go ahead and introduce both of them before bringing. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll bring each one on at a time and let them quickly say hi here. But our first guest that I'm going to announce is coming on to the Star Chamber for the very first time, and he is an award-winning author of many genres such as mystery and suspense. His first novel, Subterfuge, was a winner of Best Historical Fiction at Imaginarium 2020. And he's a member of numerous writing groups such as the Professional Writers Association, the American Writers and Artists, and the Historical Novel Association, and the Nonfiction Authors Association, and the International Association of Professional Writers and Editors. And he is also a participant in many writing critique groups. And so it is my honor and pleasure to bring aboard the Star Chamber Show for the very first time, the one, the only, Erv Klein. Welcome, Erv, to the show. Your microphone is on. Hello, Erv. We got you. he's hopefully he's there.
I don't see him. I don't see him up at the top. Callers.
I do.
I don't.
I do. You don't? Oh dear. Okay, because I see him at the top. Oh dear.
And you're cutting out. I tell you what, you're also cutting out. So cutting out? Sees be me. So I'm gonna go out and come back in. I'm having some difficulty.
No, I hear you loud. I hear you loud and clear. I hear you loud and clear,
me.
Though.
So I'm gonna go out and come back.
Okay. I will go ahead and give our second introduction of the night. And our second introduction is no stranger to the Star Chamber Show audience or to the Imaginarium audience. He is a great author and also a book publicist with a lot of award-winning clients. He also happens to be the co-host of Vamp Chat with Dan and Eva, the hit podcast on Podbean that's about all things vampires. And so I'm welcoming back again one of our favorite guests of all, the one, the only, Dan Klefstad.
Hey, Dan. Hey, Stephen and Holly. It's great to be back with you.
See, we can hear you.
And I am here. He is.
Well, Dan, Erv, my icon says that Erv is connected, and I've got his mic on.
Yeah, I see him, and it says his mic's on. So, Erv, you're out there somewhere in the ether because we see you.
Yeah.
Nice effect.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. That was actually
I'm going to leave. Can you hear me now?
There he is.
We can.
I hear him. There's Erv.
Okay. I don't know why you were not able to hear me before because I have done absolutely nothing to change. But
that is,
you know what? The universe says it wasn't ready for you, Erv. It wasn't. Now it is. Now it is.
Well, that is what is known as building dramatic tension. It left the audience in suspense, and we give you the big introduction, and everybody's ready to hear from you, and then the system decided okay, we're gonna let the audience get some more anticipation here. So that's what happened, I'm sure.
Well, I'm so glad to be here, and I'm so glad that you can hear me now.
Yes, we are too. Because there wasn't much
we are too.
because I was in my board. It said you're connected and your mic is on, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
I was just getting ready to leave and come back in and see if that helped, but
that's what I did.
I did not have to do that.
See,
I
folks,
jumped out and jumped back in, and now it's working fine.
See, Dan could vouch for me because he had a lengthy broadcast career on the big league level, and yeah, you never can predict what's happening sometimes in live broadcasts, can you?
Oh yeah, it's technology. It could be your own board that you're using, or it could just be the satellite going out. You just never know when a glitch is going to occur.
And when you got this much awesomeness, in one space, it kind of overloads the circuits.
That could be it. It could be the caliber of having two awesome guests at once.
The amount of awesomeness
overloaded all of Podbean. It could have happened.
We broke Podbean. Yay!
It's too good. But I'm glad Holly's finally kicked in too, because I was like, I know she's here.
I'm lurking. I was sitting here doing emails, just minding my own business.
But
one thing I have gotten out of this is I have learned the correct pronunciation of Holly's last name.
Holly,
I've always called you Phillippe, and
that's fine because that is correct. If you're speaking French, it actually is Phillippe. But English, it's Phillippe. But you could call me either because Phillippe is the French pronunciation of it, and that's why my poor grandfather, when my ancestors moved over here, it was spelled with an I at the end, PPI, because it's Phillippe, right? And he got tired of people saying Phillippe and Philippe, and pronouncing it wrong here, so he changed it to PPE on the end, and that's just how it is. It was never legally done, but all of us Philippines with PPE at the end, that's what it is. We're stuck with that now.
There you go.
Well, tonight we are going to be talking about a lot of things. I definitely want to give both of you a chance to, of course, bring our audience up to date on your current works in progress and things that you have coming in 2026. But of course, to give another rest of the overview of the show, we're going to be talking about also PenCrafters, the fabulous mentorship program that was founded by Lynn Tincher of From the Ground Up Books. 2 locations in Shepherdsville and LaGrange, Kentucky. Great bookstore owner and a great program. And I actually am the rookie this year because I'm the newbie in the program because I agreed to take the spot that Dave Creek had to step back from. So I'm actually one of the gang now. And you two are
welcome to the family, Stephen.
Very much so. Welcome.
Yeah, and you two are the veterans of the program, so you've been through it and you know it in and out, and so we just thought it'd be a fun show to do with the two of you because signups are actively open, and because the first session is coming up in March. But I'm going to throw it out to you guys to start talking about it a little, and again, we will get time to talk about both of your writing projects and everything, But yeah, tell us a little bit from your perspective about PenCrafters, and let's get that underway.
Okay, well, here's a thumbnail. The PenCrafters Writing Mentorship Program is a 7-week program featuring 7 instructor mentors who teach varying writers of varying levels about character development and world building. We also teach editing, publishing, and my specialty is DIY marketing. Now, Erv, your specialty is networking and community building. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, it just seemed to me that the writing community was one of the most generous I'd ever been a part of. And I've been a part of a few communities, but the writers always were willing to help. And so when I got a couple of books published, I thought, doggone, I ought to do something to pay it back or pay it forward, if you will. And so when this opportunity came along to teach this class and networking and community building, mentoring, you might say, boy, I just jumped at it because I thought this was exactly what I was wanting to do. And I wanted to compliment Dan on a wonderful promotional document that he put together that has just a little bit about each of us and what we're teaching in this class and what the program is about. And Dan, I saw that the other day and I thought it was really, really good.
Oh, thank you. It was a real fun video to put together, just introducing the mentors, introducing the program. But Stephen, you mentioned earlier, you're our newest mentor. Tell the people what you will be teaching.
This is awesome, by the way. Everybody is hailing you how you just deftly, smoothly turned into the host just in that moment.
Yes, and I said he is just that damn good. I love it.
Yes, he is.
It does make sense
Fantastic.
because I am kind of the new kid on the block. And so, but the topic that Lynn gave me to go over with everybody deals with a lot of writing craft elements and world building. And so it's going to be quite a lot to get into that slot. So I'm going to have some key elements from a lot of areas of writing that kind of fold into elements of world building. And so I'm going to try to do it in a way that I hope is effective for all genres of writers. Certainly a lot of speculative fiction genres, draw heavily off world building, but world building, thinking about world building also applies to, any genre. And so I'm going to try to mold my presentation to be presented in a way that's going to entail all genres and make sense for all genres in some approaches to thinking about that topic. And then also, some key elements of the craft of writing alongside that, to make some key points and reinforce it. And then, of course, we'll have the thing I love about PenCrafters is that there's a lot of accessibility for every participant with mentors. And so I, certainly am going to be around to do follow-ups with everybody.
I cannot wait to see your presentation, Stephen. Looking forward to it.
Go ahead, Stephen.
Oh, I was going to say, don't you worry. I might even have a couple of tidbits you might even enjoy and glean from here.
Yeah.
The fun thing that I find about this program is that each writer, each presenter, kind of changes up what they're talking about each time. Not so much the overall subject, but the way they present it. So you get a little bit different take on it each time. And it's also good that you don't have to be in person to log into the program. You can do it on Zoom, or you can, if you want to, be there in person. And it's kind of nice that way. But Dan, I'm wondering if we want to run through the list of everybody that's teaching at this program.
Okay, then we've covered you, me, and Stephen. So we mentioned Lynn Tincher, who will teach character development. Now, she uses her patented method of teaching, which involves participants or the attendees interviewing their characters, which is actually a kind of a fascinating way to immerse yourself in a character that you're creating. Leah Pugh, I believe she's also been on this show. She teaches the many forms. Yeah, she teaches the many forms of editing. There's like a half a dozen or more that she addresses. She's very keen to make your book polished, professional, and ready for readers. Tony Acree teaches how to approach a traditional publisher and how not to. And last but not least, it's Mick Williams, who will teach about writing as part of a community.
I think Mick is, I like to refer to him as the Brit with the book. I ran into a cousin this past summer that I'd never met before. And she's married to an English fella. And he was going to pick me up at the hotel and take me to their house. And she told me, look for the Brit with the Mercedes. And so I thought, well, I'm going to apply that to Mick and call him the Brit with the book.
So, well, I've never seen his vehicle. Who knows? I mean, you might have.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never seen it either.
Yeah.
He is a mysterious feller. You never know. He's tricky.
We like that about him. Yep.
That's
Oh, yeah.
right.
And he and I kind of overlap a little bit about what we're talking about, but he goes about it in a totally different way from the way I go about it. So that's good. There's no harm in overlapping, and there's no harm in the way he approaches it as opposed to the way I approach it. So I like that we both get to talk about the same general principles, but in a slightly different way.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. That's awesome. And yeah, Mick, yeah, he is such a good writer. And I do encourage folks to look up the episode he did with us not too long ago. I think it's in December. Yeah, it's early December episode. But yeah, he just did one not too long ago with us. And yeah, he talks a little bit about this. But yeah, he is, he is, I mean, we've seen, it's been fun to be kind of in the front row to watch Mick's development over the last, roughly decade. Because we've of course, have gotten to see him, every year at Imaginarium and everything. But yeah, he's taken great strides and in his writing.
100%.
And I mean, he is just on fire now. Yeah, those books are outstanding, and really, I think he's going to make some waves in the thriller world as time.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes,
I cannot read one of them though without applying an English accent to it.
That makes it even elevated for me.
Yeah.
I do love the Brits.
Well, we did talk to him about that because he has to, because over there, there's American English and there's British English when you write.
Yeah,
and also different speech patterns and things like that. And we did touch on that subject when we spoke with him, that that he has a editor that's very effective in working with him with those things in mind. And so for Mick, it's he's got all that too.
We also just got because there's also Victorian British English and modern day. So a lot of things have changed even from the Victorian times to now. I've edited books that were Victorian English, and it's a wild ride. I love
that's a
the
whole
mix.
other ballgame.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a whole
one of
other
the another thing that I really like about the program PenCrafters is that it appeals to all levels of writer. I've written a couple of books, but I still pick up something every time we have a session. And I think that any experienced writer can get a little something out of it too. And it never hurts to kind of polish your skills a little bit. I remember attending a writer's workshop not too long ago. They were talking about a contest between loggers. They were going to cut a tree down, and they had to chop a tree down. And the one fella took off like a house afire, and the other fella started chopped for a little while, and then stopped to sharpen his blade. And by the time they finished, the guy that sharpened his blade won the contest because he had a sharper blade. And I love that expression. You got to sharpen your blade every now and then. And that's what PenCrafters is all about, is sharpening your blade.
Yeah.
And if you think you know everything, well, then you're badly mistaken. You do not. So you learn something new every day, and it's the same way with our craft. You learn to mold, you learn to go with the flow, you learn new tricks, you learn, because as humans, we're always coming up with something different, right? And you could see how somebody else does things and apply that to your writing, give your own spin on it. It's just like breathing fresh air into the old, Dracula, Frankenstein, the old monsters, Mummy, Swamp Thing, different things like that, giving it a breath of fresh air. An old dog can learn new tricks.
And Leah Pugh has taught me so much about editing. She comes to a writers group that I attend every now and then, and she'll read my story and she'll say, "Boy, you sure like that one word, don't you?" And the one word that she focuses on the most is that. And she's absolutely right.
Yeah.
I'll go back and
Yeah.
I'll read my chapter, and I'll
Uh-huh.
have that in it time after time. And a lot of times I don't even need it. So there's always something that you can pick up from somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the
absolutely.
little things, add up to a lot, in the end.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Hey, can I talk about some of the graduates who are part of the, who
Yeah.
are our mentees, who have our alumni, if you will?
Yes, alumni. That would be great because, I actually know there's some good stories here. Go ahead.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I think 3 of our graduates are part of the Imaginarium orbit, and perhaps 2 have appeared on this show. They are journalist and living history presenter Terry Chambers. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, also romance writer Jessica Lindsay, who I think you
Yep.
interviewed recently.
Yep.
And another is an author named Carly Black, who also writes under the name Carly Bryant. And all 3 of these are shining examples of PenCrafter's mentees. And this is really part of the deal. Erv and I and all the other mentors will be available to our mentees and future graduates to give advice and encouragement
Mhm.
for as long as we are alive. And, even after dead, maybe we could still possibly appear for a seance if we really need it. But
I can
maybe that would.
lead that. I can do that.
Thank you in advance
You're
for that.
welcome. You're welcome.
But I guess what I want to really underscore is that ongoing access to the PenCrafters mentors is what really sets this writing course apart from other, similar courses.
Mhm.
And you meet other people, and like I've called some of the other instructors and asked their advice on things. So you just it's an ever broadening connection to the universe of writers.
Absolutely. And I knew about Carly and I knew about Jessica, and you're right. She did have a great episode. It's in our November 2025. If you look in our archive, it's in that month. But I did not know you had Terry Chambers too, because I think the world of Terry. She's fantastic, and she is a big part of the Corn Island Storytelling Festival, which Holly and I went to for the very first
Oh, so
time
much
back in
fun.
August. And let me tell you, that's one of the most fun storytelling events in Kentucky.
God.
It is awesome. It was a lot of fun. And
Yeah, I
but
wish
I
we
didn't
could
know.
have stayed longer.
Yeah,
It was so much fun.
I didn't know Terry was part of the program. So that's some new one for me. That's
Well,
awesome.
she was our first class, actually. She and at least
really
2 others were part of our first class a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Very cool.
That is awesome. Yeah. And if you do, both of you, if you get a chance, next August, you definitely want to check that out. This is, I think, was it the 5th? It was the 50th anniversary this year. So this has been going on a long time. So next year will be year 51. But yeah, Holly and I are definitely planning to stay right next to that site and go to the whole thing this year or this year.
Yes.
I think I went to it about 40 years ago. And I went 2 or 3 times in a row, and then my son was the one agitating to go, and I would take him, and then he got a little bit older and outgrew it, and or so he thinks anyway. And so I haven't been back in a while, but you're right.
Erv, you should go back. It's amazing, and they've got food there available. They got shady areas where you sit. Yeah, it was hot as hell, but take a fan or whatever.
It's a newer venue, I think, that they've only been
So
recently
freaking
using,
cool.
and it's really cool.
And all these neat storytellers and the different genres. And we had to leave before the paranormal, which I was so mad. But yes, so we want to go for the whole thing this year. But they got drinks, so I was having me a cold beers, of course. I know you can't imagine, but yeah, I was having me some cold beer, and it was just wonderful, a lot of fun, and we met some really cool authors that we had not known, did not have any idea who they were.
Yeah.
And we bought a coloring book off of one that taught about African American history, yet it was a coloring book. Really cool.
Wow.
I gave that to one of my grandchildren, Raven. But it was neat.
Yeah,
all around.
It was great. Enjoyed it. But but we we got a little tangent there, but we'll bring it back here. Go ahead.
Stephen, I was going to tell you and Holly, I really liked the fact that you were mentioning that you were having a panel at the Imaginarium next July on the neurodivergent character,
Yes.
because I wrote a book uh, a, a few years ago. It's kind of a family saga, but the main character, Squat, is he's a mentally challenged individual, and it was so much fun to write him because I had a couple of family members who I modeled him on, and I took the best features of each of their personalities. So I'm glad that you're going to have that panel, and I think that will be a very good one to have.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I do too. It's very important, and it's important to know, yeah, the different spectrum of neurodivergency, and uh, the different avenues, not because it encompasses ADHD, ADHD, autism, the different ranges of autism, and so yeah, it's a vast world, and you don't want to be offending nobody. You want to write the characters, and so it's great. It's a great workshop to take to learn. Ways to write it, ways to approach, places to go
mhm.
for research. So yes, you
Yeah.
can write the characters to where people will, uh, feel a connection with.
Yeah, and
So that
Well, and
Diana Morgan, the moderator on that one, has a lot of expertise on the
Yeah.
topic, so that's going to be a good one. But yeah,
and
Dan,
that,
go ahead.
yeah, I was just going to say that's one of what 130 plus panels or
Yeah,
presentations you'll have at the
we have a
Imaginarium.
little over 135 slots
Don't
this year.
remind me,
So yeah,
Dan.
there's over 135.
I'm working on them
So,
right now.
so the biggest problem that people have, hopefully, would be just deciding what to go to in a
Yeah.
given
Yeah.
hour.
Oh,
We
yeah.
cover everything. I make sure there's every
Yeah.
genre, like everything that we give awards over, is
Mhm.
covered either panel or workshop wise, and so
Yeah,
there's something for
just a bit.
everyone, all levels of writers.
That's right. And then, of course, this year we're going to have a panel on the works of Dan Klefstad, which, we haven't announced yet.
that would be great. Wow. Okay. Thanks. That was so easy. I didn't even have to ask.
No.
No, we're gonna have some fun with you for sure. Yeah, if anyone heard our New Year's show when we got the call in from Eva Vertrees and DL Hearn Moon, yeah, you got a little idea of some of the stuff we're brewing up for Dan. So yeah, so if there's any creative suggestions you have for Eva tonight, you got the floor tonight. So
Oh, I'll have to
yeah,
think of something quick, but I'll
yeah,
dance.
yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
but yeah, with PenCrafters, it's I love the follow up aspect. That's one of the things that really attracted me to it, and that's what because I think that's very important to be able to do a follow up. Because sometimes when you're in the moment, you're just soaking in all this stuff, and then later you get that question that kind of just pops in your head. And there's a lot of versatility among the mentors because like with you, Dan, you're involved in book publicity. You also are a podcast host. You're also an author, and like with Erv, he's a member of multiple critique groups. He's multiple professional groups. He writes in several genres. You got a guy like Tony who has who is himself is an award-winning author, but he also has a small press that has several imprints that are based in different genres, and so it's a very multifaceted press. And so, I mean, it's a case where, yeah, when you start looking at all the mentors, I think the kind of the range each one has also comes to the table here. Definitely.
You know what I have found to be fun is several of our students have come to my writers groups and they've brought their own writing, and doggone, they're good writers, and I'm picking up tips from them at the same time they're picking up tips from me. So it's and we plug. Everybody plugs something, and I plug my writers groups. We plug the Imaginarium. I tell people I think it's one of the best dollar for dollar, it's one of the best bargains in town. So
We
Well,
want to
thank you.
keep it
it's a
that
lot of
way.
fun.
Yes, thank you. We want to keep it to where, it's accessible to all levels, everyone,
Right.
even fans. It's something that's accessible to them so they could come and, see what's the new books and what's on the agenda and some,
Right.
attend some pop culture and fun panels that we have. And yeah, we always do some fun writing stuff in the evenings,
Right.
and people get a kick out of those too. So yeah, a lot of
But that,
fun, and
but
we
that's
have
what,
entertainment and all that good stuff.
but that's what another cool thing that, like you mentioned with PenCrafters, though, it's got all levels. It does appeal.
Yes,
If you were, it's not
it's
just for
for
beginning
seasoned
writers,
writers. Yeah,
seasoned writers too, and
yeah,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
yeah, and that's part of what my challenge is coming in, because this is gonna be my first year doing it, and trying to come up with an approach that has elements for a range of writers. And it's gonna be very interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be interested in the feedback I get from my fellow mentors. So yes, Erv and Dan, yeah, you'll have to tell me, how it goes over, and if it does have a coverage of both, more advanced writers as well as beginners. So
Oh,
that's
I know you're
what
going
we
to
are.
you're going to knock us out, because each one of us,
Yes, you are.
Irv, myself, and everybody else on the team, we want to learn more about world building. We understand how important it is for getting the reader
Absolutely.
to suspend disbelief. So we're counting on you, Stephen.
All right, you got
well,
it.
you'll get it. He's a master of the world building. Yeah, and he covers across genres. It's not just fantasy.
Yeah, no.
It's spec fic. It's everywhere. So yeah,
Yeah, well, my roots as a writer come from Tolkien. That's the very first
yeah,
writer
Ah,
that lit the fire in
vast
me
world
as a
building.
child, when mom read me, the trilogy at age 7. I didn't, seek it out to read myself, but she read it to me, a chapter a night, and she was a great like reader, and so it was just awesome. I have great memories of just hearing that
oh,
for the
yeah.
first time. But I mean, with Tolkien, yeah, you definitely come from a base that has a very big focus on world
Yeah.
building. So that was at my roots. So yeah, don't worry. that's a topic. That's a topic that's near and dear to me. So
Well, I'm looking forward to
Middle.
hearing what you have to say, Stephen.
definitely, yeah,
Same
that's gonna be
here.
fun.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun. Yeah, tell folks maybe a little bit about the process of signing up, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah. So you can register at Eventbrite, and on my Facebook, I've got several posts with either a QR code or a link to the Eventbrite listing for the March 2026 PenCrafters, and you can find it. You can also message. You can also message me on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, and I'll get you the link. And of course, hopefully, maybe Stephen, if you can pop the link up on on your on one of your pages, perhaps.
Oh, I'm going to be hitting that really hard. Yeah, the first few days of this week were like an avalanche coming back into the new year for me,
Yeah.
because everybody knows I had a joyous December. That's a bit of sarcasm, but yes, yeah, I've been hitting the ground running and catching up and all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of link sharing on this, and we can definitely share it in. Because Lynn, being a sponsor of Imaginarium and all that gives us, the ability to at least share this with Imaginarium channels and Star Chamber Show channels. So I'll be able to share it everywhere. Yeah,
Very
no
cool.
problem there. Yeah, that's definitely coming up, and definitely happy to do so. Yeah, I always thought, this. I had a thought today. It's probably gonna make both of you crack up, though. What Lynn needs to add is one more session on on like a craft workshop. I mean, as an arts and crafts, on crafting pens, because pen crafters
Oh,
have a workshop on how to make your own pens. I think that's the one thing.
Oh dear goodness. Oh Lord.
I
We need
didn't
to
even
bring manufacturing back to the United States. We're going
right,
to make pens. Yes.
right. I did not even tell Holly that. That was a surprise I saved for the show, but just so y'all know, my bad humor is still intact. But But no, seriously though, I'm definitely honored to be a part of it. And yeah, March is we still got some time till March, but it is coming up. So yeah, definitely. I think I'm in the 7th week, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's that my session is.
Okay, yeah, I'm usually in the 6th week, and Erv, you're right around there too, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think as far as the schedule goes, I don't know the full schedule, but yeah, I do know I think in week 7. So hopefully everybody's not too burned out by then when I get around to me. With after soaking in like a bunch of knowledge across the spectrum there. But yeah, anything else that we need to cover? And I think it'd be great to come over and talk about some writing stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I just to say, I know that this week we signed up our first mentee for this season, and we just want to get the word out. Don't be shy. Approach us on social media or email, and if you want more information about PenCrafters, and we'll put the links up everywhere you can find us.
I like to think of it as getting like I think it's a total of 7, but 7 like first-rate workshops and in the package, and then you get the follow-up factor with all the hosts. And
Yeah.
so I think when you look at the full package of what's offered in it over that entire 7-week span, I mean, I think it's a great value, a tremendous So check it out, and definitely encourage you to come aboard, because I look forward to working with all of the mentees this year for sure. And that's I think it covers PenCrafters pretty well. But both of you are very active folks, and so I'd love to hear from. Okay, we can start with Erv, but what are you working on lately? What's coming up with you for 2026 writing wise?
Erv, you want to go?
Yeah, I will. But I mentioned one other thing about PenCrafters.
Sure.
Okay. Lynn records each session, and so if you happen to miss a session, or if you don't understand something that was said, you can go back and listen to it. She emails it out shortly afterwards, and shortly after the session finishes. And it runs on 7 Mondays starting on March 16th. So it'll be March 16th and then the next 6 Mondays. And then you asked me what I'm working on right now.
Yes. Yeah.
And my wife, who's sitting behind me, is probably going to poke me because I'm not doing nearly as much as I should be. But I've been working on another what I call family saga. It's got the working title of What Joan Knew, and it's about a man who is responsible for the accidental death of his wife and 2 daughters, leaving him the single parent of a 4-year-old boy. And Joan is his sister-in-law, and Joan is kind of his conscience too. And she's constantly shoving him to recover from this horrible accident that he had. And shortly after the accident, he finds out that his wife had been having an affair, and he's trying to figure out, what did I do wrong? And Joan, in effect, tells him everything. So that is what I've been working on the most lately. But frankly, I got the beginning written and the ending written, but I can't figure out the middle. So I'm still working on that.
I'm with you.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you?
I'm with you. Yeah, you figure out one part and then you sit and noodle it through, but you think about it. It isn't that you're not putting it on paper. You're still thinking about it. You're noodling it around,
Well,
morning,
I am,
day and night.
Yeah. But still, I get frustrated that I haven't done more on it. But anyway, that's the main source of my work right now.
Well, all right. Well, we hope by the time summer hits, you'll come up to us and say, Hey, Stephen Holly, good
I've
news.
got the middle.
Got it. Got the
There
middle.
you go. There you go.
And
Now,
that,
the fellow that manages my website recommended recently that I put a few short stories up there just for people to read, and so
Oh yeah.
I've written a few short stories, and they're all based on real incidents, but I've kind of fictionalized them a little bit, and
Yeah.
got
Mhm.
so I'm right now, what I need to do is I need to proofread them to make sure that I type them properly to go on my website. So that's what I got going.
Well,
Well, great.
see, that's still writing. Yeah, it's still keeping your juices
Absolutely.
flowing, right?
That's
And
true. That's true.
yeah, you work out the middle as you go. Yeah, you'll think of
Mhm.
something.
Well, you'll get it. You'll get
Also,
it. And sometimes it does help to step to another project for just a bit,
Yeah,
because sometimes that can really refresh you for another project that you're kind of stuck a little bit on. Sometimes
yeah,
that's a
it's
good
good to step
technique.
away.
Yeah, it actually kind of refreshes you and gives you a little bit of a cleaner perspective when you're bogged on something. And doing a short story, being that it's very different in nature than a novel. I mean, I think shaking it up like that is not a bad approach. I think you're gonna make that breakthrough soon enough, Irv. You're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
hit that
right.
middle.
and it's also good to talk to peers sometimes, noodle some things around, and
Yep.
I vent to Stephen about mine, and
Yeah,
but yeah, it sometimes it's good just talking about
yeah,
it, because then things will come to you in clarity when you're actually speaking about it.
yeah,
You
absolutely.
all make good points.
And
Hmm.
now we're going to give Dan, because he has an ambitious Amish paranormal science fiction project that he's been dying to talk about.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
but
so Stephen and Holly, I have a
Yeah.
Star Chamber Show exclusive for you.
Ooh.
ooh,
This
all
is the
right.
Yeah.
this is the first time in public I will describe
Ooh.
the sequel to Fiona's Guardians, my vampire novel, which is now with my publisher. Okay, so I've been working on my elevator pitch for this book, and I timed this, and I got it down to 90 seconds to explain. I hope 90 seconds is okay.
It is
Fantastic.
fine.
Okay,
This
all
is
right.
your show, you and
Let's
Irv. So
okay.
yeah,
Let's test this. Go ahead and set your timer. 3, 2, 1. The
Go.
sequel. The sequel is called Agrippina's Firstborn. The central character, again, is Fiona, a 250-year-old vampire who hires humans to arrange for her blood supply so she can get nourishment without having murder police show up at her door. The vampire who created her, her mother, so to speak, is Agrippina. What Fiona did not know in book 1, but finds out in book 2, is that Agrippina sired another vampire a century before Fiona. This sister vampire is far more powerful and much more vicious than Fiona. What's more, she has invoked a certain clause in vampire law that makes Fiona the legal target of her rage rather. This is called the Sins of the Sire law. Let me explain. Agrippina died in the first book, but her firstborn, who isn't named right away, has a grievance toward her mother, Agrippina, based on the trauma inflicted during her transformation into a vampire. Now, because Agrippina is dead, this firstborn daughter, if you will, invokes the sins of the sire law, which transfers culpability to the next in line, and that's Fiona. This evil sister is later identified as Atlakamani, and she has lured Fiona to central Mexico, where the two are meant to have a battle to the death that the younger Fiona expects to lose. So that's the premise of my novel, Agrippina's Firstborn, which will be out in July, just in time for the Imaginarium convention.
Well
well,
done. Yes.
well done.
Yes, 90 seconds. Okay.
That was right about on the
Love
money
it.
on 90 seconds.
Thank
Wow,
you.
Wow.
you
All
got
right.
a lot of information in that 90 seconds. I'll tell you.
Well, thank you. All right, good. Hope it
I,
worked.
I, I like that. I like that. Yeah, that's
I,
enough to pique interest. If people want to know, ooh, more and more and more. That's what you got.
well,
That's what you want
well,
to do. Hook them in.
I
And
guarantee you sold Holly easily.
Yeah, I'm sold. You done? Yeah,
okay.
you got me. I'm sold.
Thank you. All right. One book sold. All right, there we go.
Yep, that's right.
On to the remaining 10,000, rather.
One down.
Yeah.
Well, they're advancing a lot of genetic, kind of cloning technology. So we just make 10,000 more Hollies, and you're good.
Oh, there you go. The
Yeah.
world would
That's
be
it.
a better place anyway, right?
Well,
With
I'm
10,000
telling you
more.
right now, we get a lot done. Whoa.
Yeah.
We might do world domination, but we'd get a lot done.
Sometimes that's what it takes,
That's it,
a
Sure.
mom to just take the reins and say, "This is how it's going to be now."
That's it. That's it.
No, that sounds great. Yeah, it's a great pitch, and it really, really interests me, and I liked it a
Thanks.
lot. Yeah, and thank you for debuting that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, it's exclusive, and now I gotta. Now I gotta do the revisions and all that, and then get it out in time for July. So I'm looking forward to having that on the table. Eva, my Vamp Chat co-host, Eva Vertrice, and I will have a table again in Maine Expo at the Imaginarium, and we'll have Vamp Chat swag. But of course, I'm also hoping that she will have the sequel to her vampire novel as well.
Yeah, me too.
Mhm.
And this time in the best vampire vote at your booth, you're going to have Nandor as an option. So
Oh.
it'll be from what we do
Yes.
in the shadows. So,
Yes, Nandor the Relentless.
yes, Nandor the Relentless. So yeah, absolutely. But no, I'm looking forward to seeing this, and because I know there's been a really good reception to Fiona's Guardians, so there's a waiting audience. Definitely looking forward to the sequel. And I know you're kind of eager to get that out because of that. So.
And I have committed myself to a third book in the series. I waited for the longest time to get this book out because I was trying to get this big conflict scene between Fiona and her older sister Atla Kamani, and it was going to be a big battle, but I didn't know how to get there in just one book. And so I decided we had a conflict. In this next book, we will have a conflict between Atla Kamani and Fiona, but it'll be like a first contact, and then they break it off, and then the big showdown will be in book 3.
Hey, Dan,
Yes.
can I ask you how you spell Atla Kamani?
Yes, Atla Kamani, ATLACAMANI. It's an old Aztec word meaning goddess of storms, or at least that's one of the interpretations.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I was going to ask
not an
you.
Aztec. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what your influence was behind the character names.
I don't know. I mean, Agrippina, who we meet in book 1, I kind of looked at her almost as a Greek goddess, this flaming red hair, and she's just got this enormous amounts of energy, and she has morals and ethics. Well, let me put it, she has a philosophy about how a predator should live among prey. And so I kind of went with that. But Atla Kamani, I wanted something, because the vampire, this particular sister vampire, moves to Mexico. I wanted to give her an Aztec name to kind of ground her in maybe a little bit of that lore,
So we're going to have a translation of the book
Very cool.
in Nahuatl,
Well, yeah. If I could learn how to pronounce Nahuatl, yes.
Yeah. The Aztec language. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love that. Yeah.
But no, I love that lore. I mean, certainly, and I've done a lot of deep dives into it. So I'm really looking forward to that aspect myself. Holly's definitely the vampire fanatic in the house, but I love lore and mythologies and so forth. So yeah, that appeals to me a lot. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, thank you.
And also, I'd be remiss not to ask about what's going on with Vamp Chat with Dan and Eva.
Yes. Vamp Chat, we are kind of waiting for Eva to finish the sequel. I'm told that we're going live on February 2nd for season 4, the season 4 opener. But I'm just waiting to hear back from her. She's she's feeling the pressure to get this next book out. I don't want to get in her face right now. Just let her write.
Well, I was. She's gonna have a re-release too of the first book.
I've heard that you, Stephen and Holly, have been working your magic on the on book 1.
Yeah, we're polishing it up, and so I can't wait to get the manuscript for book 2 in my hands, so I can get to working on it, so we can get it out before Imaginarium.
Yes, it really. The cool thing is, if we both have our new sequels to our vampire novels at the Imaginarium, that's going to make our table there in Main Expo more of a destination. And I know Eva agreed, and so that's kind of where our heads are right now on that.
Well, you two literally could have nothing on your table and it would still be a destination.
Your table's the best.
The two of you together is
coffin and all. Yeah,
the two of you together is just pure fun. I mean, it's
we get along. We have a lot of fun together. Yeah,
yes, definitely.
Dan, I have the impression you have a lot of fun with anybody.
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, we should go out. We should hang, Erv. You and me.
I do mean that as a compliment. I really do.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, you never know. Dan even will might show up with Kalamata olives. You never know what he's up to.
That's true.
I do like to bring those to events because just need a little salt or something. They were
delicious. I was happy for him.
That Dan and I share a love of Kalamata olives. I find that wonderful. So
they're my favorite. Yeah. So.
I'd say Dan and I have more other things in common than just Kalamata olives.
But if that was it, it would be fine.
Definitely.
It works. It works.
Well, Erv, what have you got as far as, because I know you have your writers groups, you've got a lot of stuff going on, and I know you do a lot of shows, like later, that's where of course I bump into you sometimes out and about at shows. What do you got on the map in 2026 so far, as far as events, things like that?
Actually, so far I only have 2. February, I think it's February 4th. Let me look.
About February 4th.
Did we lose Erv?
No, I don't think we lost him. He sounded real good for a second there. His mic really kicked in there. But while we're waiting for Erv, Dan, go ahead and tell us what you've got schedule wise. I mean, obviously you mentioned Imaginarium, but anything else on the schedule so far?
Yes. Here's what I know. Here's what's set in stone. June 5 through 7 will be in Lexington, Kentucky for Spawn of Scarefest, a smaller event put on by the folks who put on the October Scarefest in Lexington. And so that's going to be, Eva and I will have a table there for that. Again, that's June 5 through 7, Spawn of Scarefest in Lexington, Kentucky.
Nice. Well, tell them to put Angry Grandma right next to you.
She was great. Oh my gosh, she was fun.
She's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's after that weekend, I didn't know a whole lot about her. I couldn't do some of the kids, watch her and stuff. But I mean, Holly and I both keep up with everything with her, and she is definitely much needed humor that I need.
Yes. Same here. Yeah.
And the fact that she could be a twin for Holly's mom in both behavior and look makes it all
scary.
Better. It's scary.
Wow.
They're like same size and everything. And only thing, my mom's a little older. My mom's almost 91. She'll be 91 next month. Wow. Meaner than hell. But she gets around better than I do. Yeah, she's something else. But they would make a pair together. I told Angry Grandma, I said, you and my mother would raise hell at the bingo hall.
Yeah. And they both cuss a lot, but they have different favorite cuss words. So you'll be able to tell them apart by the cuss words they use. Otherwise, you may not be able to tell them apart.
Well, That seems very helpful, actually. Thank you.
So this one's dropping F-bombs, then you know it's
Yeah,
angry
my
grandma.
mom will not
Yeah.
say the F word. So
She
yeah,
won't say the F word, but then she'll say all kinds of other stuff. So
yeah,
you'll
she'll
be able
say
to,
everything else.
yes, you'll be able to figure out which one's which. Don't worry. But
Yeah.
but that was a highlight for us at Scarefest.
That's fun.
We got
Can
Erv
you
back.
all hear me now?
There
There
you
you are.
are. Irv.
There you are. Yes, tell us about your 2026. Yeah.
Well, February 7th, I'm going to be in Elizabethtown at the Ancestral Trails convention, and I'll be selling. I hope to sell subterfuge there, and
Nice.
Squat is based on or is set in a fictional town, kind of in the area of Elizabethtown, and so I always thought that it would be a good sell there, but I've never done great, but I'm going to try it again. And then let's see, sometime in April, April 18th, Dave Creek and I are going to share a table out in Shelbyville at their event that they have. And I don't want to go to my calendar right now because I think that's when I got messed up on my microphone a little while ago. But it's April 18th, and it's at the Shelbyville County Fairgrounds, and I forget exactly what it is, but it's some type of a spring festival, and we're going to share a table, and I always do really well in Shelbyville, and I don't know why, but I'm looking forward to it. So I hope to see you all there.
So Shelbyville is Erv Klein territory, folks, and
Oh.
yes,
Yeah.
and Dave Creek is awesome. He's the one actually I mentioned earlier. He's stepping back from being a mentor, and he's the one that I'm stepping in for. And so he'll probably be asking you, "Hey, did Zimmer do all right?" He'll be asking you.
Well, he edited my first book, Subterfuge.
Ooh, good
Nice.
choice.
And
He's
taught
sharp.
me so much about editing and writing.
Yeah, Dave is
So
sharp.
Yeah, he is. He is. I'm looking forward to seeing him again.
Yeah, he's
so that's
always
all I've got on my schedule right now.
All right. Well, thank you, Erv. And we got the update from Dan. And so, yes, before we, bring the show to a close, though, I do want to give you a chance to tell folks where to connect with you. And so, go ahead, Erv, and tell us, your website address, and then if there are any specific social media you want to tell folks about, go ahead.
Well, my website is Erv Klein Author. That's ERVKLEIN author.com. And I'm also on Facebook under Erv Klein. I think I've got author on there too, but if you just look for Erv Klein, you'll find me.
Yep, you come right up. Yeah, whenever you Google you come right up, because I was looking up a couple of things on you to make sure I was current on you for tonight, and there's no trouble finding you, which is good. And all right, Dan. All right.
Oh, okay.
And you're gonna announce an exclusive now that you're a new platinum sponsor. Thank you.
Now I gotta dig. Wait, where's my wallet? Okay. So I believe I'm the only Dan Klefstad on the planet. You'll find lots of Klefstads. They're like, Garcia or Johnson, but Klefstads in Norway are like a dime a dozen. But and also North Dakota, upper Midwest. But you'll find me at danklefstad.com. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn. And I get a little bit of action on Blue Sky. Still figuring that one out.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I'm on there too, and I got some good interaction there. And with your Norwegian roots, definitely, you'll have to take Holly and I out to do some troll hunting at some point.
Yes.
Yes. Holly and I just enjoyed it's not what you'd call a great movie. It's just a movie that's a lot of fun.
I think it's good.
But it is. I think it is good, but Troll 2, and it's a sequel to a movie called Troll, and it's from Norway. It was made in Norway, and it's a
Okay.
Norwegian film
It's on
about
Netflix.
trolls, and it's on Netflix, and it's
Yeah, check it out.
fun.
Yeah, it is.
Fun.
They're fun. They are just fun.
Yeah, they are
I
fun
will.
movies.
I'm embarrassed to say I haven't seen either. I will get on that.
But I imagine you, because I know
I
that's
think
your
you'd get a
heritage.
kick
So,
out of it.
so I think of you, and if Dan was running around in this adventure with these big trolls, how fun that would be. But thank you, for helping us kick off the new year. This is the kickoff show for 2026, and it's been great fun. Yeah, talking to you guys about PenCrafters and getting a chance to talk about your writing a bit. And is there anything before we bring the show to a close that either of you wanted to cover or promote? This is your chance, and it's your chance to roast Eva. By the way, Dan.
Oh no, I wouldn't dare do that. Wouldn't dare do that. But Stephen, Holly, love you guys. Thanks for bringing Erv and me onto the show today. We really, really enjoyed speaking with you.
Yeah. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
But we enjoyed you too. always.
Well, thank you.
And this better not be your only visit, Erv. We want to have you back. So
I hope you will.
Yeah, we want to get you back because it's this. I didn't even realize that. Till we were getting near the show. I was like, this is the first time we've had Erv.
I don't know how that happened, but okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
Exactly.
But whenever you want to come back,
just give us a buzz.
Send one of us a note. Yeah, give us a buzz. Or we loved having you. And
I've enjoyed it.
All right, Dan. Any last comments from you or anything you wanted to?
Happy New Year! Let's make it a great one.
All right. Well, on that note, I will thank you both for being on the show tonight, and we'll let Holly do her traditional role as wrapping up the Star Chamber here.
Well, good night, all, and thank you two, Erv and Dan, for joining us tonight. A lot of fun. But all of you out in listener world, join us next Wednesday, same place, same time, different guest, lots of chatting for the rest of the week. Be creative. Good night, all.
Good night.
Good night.